How's everyone doing?
Hi! I'm Angela Schumacher. This is Jimmy Brochtrup, maple specialist at Smoky Lake. And we are here to do a little maple Q&A. And also, I thought we'd start out by making a maple nor'easter. This was actually a drink that was suggested at our last happy hour.
All right,
So to whoever recommended this, thank you so much. So if you have recommendations for another cocktail, make sure to comment in the comments, and we will definitely consider it for our next happy hour. So, should we get started? Let's first talk about all of our ingredients that we're going to need.
Ooh, okay, I can hold this up.
Yeah, I'll hold that up.
So the nor'easter consists of 2 ounces of bourbon, a half an ounce of lime juice, and half an ounce of maple syrup, and ginger beer. And
so you're going to find, I don't like measuring things with my cocktail. I kind of go by,
whatever.
This feels right. Or, hey, I'm going to taste this and maybe it needs more. Or
when you're wore out and you worked hard, then your hand just falls the bourbon bottle a little further.
Yeah, right. So I'm excited to make this. It's actually pretty similar to the cocktail we made last month, I think. Except we had lemon instead of lime, and we had, what did we have instead of ginger beer? Nothing.
It was straight up, and then we put a sour to it, actually, because that
was good.
Yeah, then it was like a little. It was good. It helped a little if you weren't looking for a straight alcoholic beverage.
So there's some variations out there that are really good, but this is the maple nor'easter. We got the recipe from kitchen.com. And look who's coming! It's Jim. Jim just joined us. Jim, you look like you've got a very special shirt on. Actually, so do I.
Yeah, so the shirts, I can explain a little bit. So our customer...
This is Jim.
That's Jim.
I work with Angela.
Jay Banky is the gentleman who came in today with a couple nice gift bags for the Smoky Lake crew.
So nice.
Yeah, so it was really cool.
Thank you. So this is from his sugar house. His Sugarbush. What does he call it? Upper Sugarbush Syrup
Loomis.
Company.
Yeah.
Yeah, and check this out.
Can everyone hear us? Did you check that?
Yeah, we're getting feedback. Everybody's like, I got some thumbs up from some of you folks, so we're definitely...
Yeah, who's out there?
Somebody from Iron River.
Cameron Bauer's out there. Sherry Zander. Nice. Thanks for coming. And Vince.
There's Jimmy. Oh,
Cameron
yeah.
should come on over.
Cameron, you should come over. But anyway, back to the nor'easter. We've got the Upper Sugarbush Syrup Company maple syrup. We're going to use this for our cocktail today, and we're sporting their shirts. So thank you so much, Jay, for the nice gift. We're going to really enjoy this. Should we start by just tasting the syrup alone?
Yeah, let me go get some spoons.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't think of that before. But every syrup is so different, it's kind of nice to, try each one.
Check out the back label on that.
Check out the back label, he said. Ooh, 100% pure organic wood-fired maple syrup. Cool. Very nice.
I brought my good behavior tonight.
What do you mean by that? Good.
There's no hidden meaning.
Okay, good. All right, so let's make sure we have everything for our cocktail. I've got the bourbon over there. You can grab it. We've got our limes, which we could start cutting. We're runaway limes. And
Is that backwards?
Not for everybody.
It should be.
It's upside down. So yeah. Do you know how to juggle, Jim?
No. I'm better than that, but I don't know how to.
Let's cut these up while Jimmy pours up some samplers of the maple syrup. So tell me guys, is there a certain flavor or note in your maple syrup that you really love? Because I've tasted, let's see, cotton candy notes, I've tasted vanilla, caramel, What else?
You can taste it like butterscotch is a
Butterscotch.
yeah, that's a common one.
That is the most perfect syrup I've ever had.
Alright, let's try it. Maybe smell it?
That's unbelievable.
It smells really good. It's nice and clear. It's gorgeous.
Whoa.
What are you tasting?
That's pretty perfect. I feel like I made syrup that tasted like that once a long
That's
time ago. I do. I actually recognize something.
Yeah, this is award-winning syrup right here.
Yeah.
I got vanilla tones in this. Hold that.
If you have gotten our catalog, check out the article about making award-winning syrup.
Damn, that's good.
Yeah.
From that article, you can download a maple syrup flavor wheel so you can help identify flavors in your syrup. And that's what judges
One more hit of that.
that's what judges of maple syrup contests use to help describe what they're tasting too. So you can be a maple syrup judge. So great. And then when you taste your syrup, you're supposed to let it hit all the areas of your tongue before you make an evaluation. That's one thing I always tell my judges of maple syrup contests. So sometimes there's a weird aftertaste.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, this is good. This is good.
I'm just going to dump mine down the drain.
Your syrup? No. We got good syrup too.
I know. Oh, that's really good though.
All right, so let's take a look at the instructions. What are we doing here? We're gonna fill a cocktail shaker with ice, and then we're gonna combine bourbon, lime juice, maple syrup. Then we're gonna shake it, strain into a rocks glass with ice, and top with ginger beer.
All right.
Let's get to it. I'm gonna just cut these into wedges, I guess. Jim, is there any comments that we should?
What is the La X of the syrup? What does that mean?
The La X?
L-A space E, capital E-X.
What is... Oh, hey, Kirsten. What is the... That might have been a weird typo, maybe like autocorrect thing that doesn't make
probably.
sense. Kirsten, let us know what your question is. What is maybe the grade she's wanting to know? It doesn't have a color grade on it. Maybe some kind of a amber. It's not a dark, it's not a delicate.
No, it's not a delicate.
One of those middle two grades.
It's in the middle.
Kirsten actually sent us a photo. I'll show you guys. Kirsten she's in Vermont having a girls' weekend, and she got started an hour early, so I bet it's crazy over there right now. I hope you guys are having fun, Kirsten, and I'm so happy you came and joined us. So, Kirsten actually lives in New Jersey, but they're having a girls' weekend in Vermont.
Ooh,
so
fun.
Jimbo, what'd you do to your arm?
So I was covering and shipping, and I burned. That was a little bit of a.
That's with the foam knife?
No. This is just, it was sliding, so like a box burn. And the box was sliding, and I grabbed it so it wouldn't fall because I didn't want it to hit the floor, even though we have the foam in it and everything. But I was losing. It was a 2x4.
Wow.
Divided
That's a
pane.
really bad abrasion burn.
Yeah, it was right on the corner. Oof. So, but I didn't want that box to drop, and we did ship a lot of 2x4 divided pans this week. So. 2x3 divided pans, and so we were trying to get caught up with some of you folks.
you're just giving your blood, sweat, and tears over here.
Yeah, well, we just want to make sure it gets there to you guys in one spot, one piece, and the way it's supposed to. You can enjoy it.
There's a lot of.
It's almost like I prompted him. That wasn't my.
No, but that's just our guy Cameron had been out a couple days, so I've been holding down the fort in the shipping desk
You're
there.
doing a great job.
So.
How about that shaker? You said you had a shaker.
Oh. Yeah. Be right back.
Okay, that's cool. And what else? That's it, I guess. Here's another thing Jay Benke gave us. It is a history of his company. There's a picture of him.
I'll have to look at that. That's cool.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Jay. Let's see if we've got any other comments. Kirsten is saying that they used Smoky Lake maple syrup. That's awesome. Kelly, we have ours going already here at Goosebrook Meadows. Awesome. Joining us from New Hampshire. That's great. I can't reach that. I have to climb up on the bar.
All right.
Already.
Not even 6 o'clock.
Let's see what other comments we have. Oh, Doug is using key lime juice. We brought home from Key West. Nice. So that's extra special. Oh, I should have mentioned, if you guys want to do a non-alcoholic cocktail, you can do that just by omitting the bourbon. And I think ginger beer is always non-alcoholic, but I'm sure they do make some.
I thought you found yesterday that they make it both ways.
Yeah, I think it's usually non, but anyway, if you, use non-alcoholic ginger beer and omit the bourbon, you'll be good. Okay, this works. This is great.
Yes.
All right, let's put some lime juice in. I feel like all these people on the East Coast are ahead of us. We're like just catching up, you know? They got started early.
It's true.
So what else is new? We got a new shipment of glass this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got a new bottle style in the stout glasses.
Yeah, the stout 10 ounce.
Stout 10 ounces, and we got more of the pints, which we were running low on before.
Mm-hmm.
What else is new at Smoky Lake this week?
Stack temp probes came in.
Oh, yep, those are back in stock. We just gotta finish assembling them.
So those will be back online. And
parts for our auto draft systems came in. We've been starting to kit those up and get those out again. So that was exciting. And how about, do you want to take it from here? You want to add some ingredients? I'm going to wash my hands.
You want to, yeah.
You don't mind that I touched your lime, do you?
No. It's okay.
Okay. Here we go.
Half ounce of maple
I'll put
syrup.
some bourbon.
So, let's see here. So a half ounce, okay, I guess if I use a spoon, or I can just kind of wing it, because winging it's fun. Okay. 2 ounces of bourbon. Alright, so the bourbon's here. So, alright, let's see here.
Are you done yet? Are you done yet? Are you done yet?
Okay, that's pretty strong.
Do you like lime?
I do love lime.
You do?
Yeah.
Me too. I like lime a lot.
I like lime. It's got a nice cooling effect that I like about lime.
I'm a little worried Jim's not going to like this, because you're not really a lime
Not
guy.
lime, citrusy.
I'm fine with it.
He's okay. Okay.
Celery is a crime.
Celery is
Is it
a crime. Celery is okay. What did celery ever do to you, Jim? I'm sorry. Check this out. I wanted to elevate our cocktails. I got a special ice maker. Check this out. It's a sphere. Woo!
Clink.
Oh, this is a high-end bar right here.
That is cool though. I wanted to know, Angela showed me some special device she had on how to make this. I asked her, how did you make those? Because, it expands, right, with water. So there's like a special housing that holds the ice in place, and then it has to have like some sort of vent on the top.
I've got it.
Oh, it's so cool.
My fancy, I got it for Christmas. Oh, never mind. I left it in the car. Anyway, We get sidetracked really easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Mama needs a cocktail right now.
All right, so I'm gonna just mix this up then. Is that what the instructions are telling you to do? Okay.
Shake it up. So then we'll pour a little bit of that into our glasses. I guess these are, supposed to be more like cocktail glasses, but you know what? We also have Starcat mugs. These are fun. This is a higher capacity, which is kind of nice. I'll take the Starcat mug.
All right. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit in then,
Okay.
and then we can add the ginger beer.
Do you want to see if there's anyone saying anything?
Whoa. It hit the top and then comes around the side a little bit. Okay.
You good?
Now,
Add the ginger beer.
add the ginger beer. Ooh.
What are you guys thinking of the nor'easter? I'm sure you guys are mostly ahead of us. All right, moment of truth. All right, to Smoky Lake and the Maple community. All right.
It's kind of good.
Yep. I like it.
Wow.
This was a good suggestion.
Yes.
I regret nothing.
Very complex, but yet refreshing.
Very limey. They said online that this was considered a winter cocktail.
It's very alcohol-y.
It is
Quite
alcoholic.
alcohol-y.
Do you know
I think
much?
there's a little bit of that kick though from the ginger beer because you're gonna have a little bit of that. So like this time of year where maybe your sinuses aren't great, but like ginger's really good for.
Oh, isn't ginger known for like helping boost immune systems?
Yes.
Which is great because it seems like everyone in Wisconsin is sick right now, or everywhere actually.
A lot of
Everyone we're
people are
talking to has
challenges with that. Yeah.
So, how about we open the floor to a little question and answer? So we've got people who are tapping already.
There's a customer I talked to early this week down in West Virginia that said he had already made
West Virginia.
Yeah, had already made his first 5 gallons of syrup.
Wow.
So that was, he a pretty large producer on a 2x8, and he said his first 5 gallons were ready for the next step from his evaporator. So,
Awesome.
Yeah, that was
And
pretty.
we've had people in Missouri tapping for a while now, or boiling. And so.
Yeah, up here this morning in what was the temperature this morning, Jim? If you remember,
I had -9 on the way in.
-9. So
-9.
we're not in this part of the world. Are we even thinking about it
Nope.
at this point? So
Which actually, I promised I would bring some like maple tips and maple news, maple headlines. So I printed off an article that was written by Tim Perkins and Abby Vandenberg over at Cornell. And the title of the article was, Why Does Sap Not Flow Very Well Early in the Season? And they cited actually 3 main reasons. The first reason is that trees are big and can have a large amount of thermal inertia, which I think all they mean by that is that even though the air is changing and warming up, it takes them a while for the actual tree to warm up inside the tree. So they're resistant
I
to
like
the
that
change.
term. That's a cool term for that.
Thermal inertia. Yeah.
I remember being very new in like your second or third season and having a tendency to want to put taps in early because you had one day where you're like, okay, this is it. This is the temperature. But in some ways, it's like we have to get somewhat thought out too for like things to actually break loose and start. And although you had one day where it was a brief moment of 45 or 48 degrees, it wasn't enough to really like this term thermal inertia to get stuff moving.
Right.
You know?
So yeah, trees are takes a while for the tree to warm up. So.
And that same reason, that's why you don't get sap very early in the fall either. If you try getting fall sap, you can't get sap on those first 25-degree nights. The same thing, thermal inertia.
Oh.
That frost has to get somewhere.
It's just going
Before
the
the-
other way.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, number 2, they said, until there's a good thaw followed by freezing conditions to recharge the moisture in the system, sap flows will be weak. So they were just talking about how, during the winter months, it's like the inside of the tree, there's still things happening inside the tree, but it kind of dries out, and you really need time for that tree to kind of re-moisture. I'm sorry, I know people hate the word moist. I'm trying to think, I can't think of another word. You need recharge.
Yeah.
You need to recharge the inside of the tree. Thank you.
I like the word, personally.
You do? Okay, good, thank you. Okay. Thanks for your support.
Yep.
Alright, number 3. Another reason that sap doesn't flow well early in the season is because water cannot be taken up through a frozen stem. So, for example, if there's a lot of snow packed around the base of the tree, that means that probably the tree is still frozen in that spot too. So how is the sap supposed to get, all those columns of, those pathway columns inside the tree, how's a sap supposed to flow through there if it's all frozen? And so there's a picture, I'll show you. Ooh. This is a picture that accompanied the article. They're showing that eventually the snow is going to kind of thaw or melt or whatever around the base of the tree, and that really helps get things going because it's not keeping those pathways inside the tree frozen, right? Am I losing you?
No, not at all. So and not only that, what side of the tree is getting hit by the sun too? I've seen if I put a tap on the north side of the tree, that's going to be a lot later thaw cycle.
Oh my gosh, you could have written this article, Jimmy.
Well, anyway, but
no,
like
for
say
real. That's the next thing.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, say I wanted to try to plan my season slightly different, right? And say I want to boil more in April, and I want to boil less in February.
Yeah.
You could do that and just hit tap the north side of your tree, and it's going to be just a little bit later time because that tissue didn't thaw yet. It's part of that.
That's true.
So.
Okay, so in the words of Mr. Perkins and Ms. Vandenberg, they say, early in the season, the south-facing sides of stems may thaw and conduct sap, but north sides of the trees can remain frozen. Conversely, in the late season, north sides of the tree may freeze, spurring water uptake and subsequent sap equidation. They use a lot of fancy words. Okay. Even if the south sides remain in a thawed condition with little sap flow. So I think what I'm learning here is that it's not like everything within the tree is all uniform. It's all, there's different things happening in different places in the tree, and
right.
South is different than north, but that doesn't mean always tap this side of the tree or always tap that side of the tree. It's just happening at different times, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I've tapped on all sides of trees, and I've gotten good results still.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Cool. Let's see if there's any questions. I'm going to go around to the other side of the bar.
Comments to get to. Whoa, okay. After only half my drink, you guys are pretty funny. Oh, okay, Well, we don't want to know what we're going to be like on the other half of that drink, but okay.
I get funnier and funnier.
Yeah, I actually become a better dancer as well.
You should make another one. Jim.
I'm making another right now. I'm going to squeeze. We're going to get another couple ounces of lime juice started.
Chris Drinkwine. Our 3rd year making syrup. That's awesome. Okay, we enjoy it very much, but I'm tired of dumping buckets. Any advice on what to use for tubing runs for 50 taps?
As far as
So she's sick of buckets in general.
She doesn't like buckets.
Yeah, I thought at first she was having to throw sap away, but she just doesn't like dealing with buckets.
yeah, that's
I wonder what she doesn't like about it. You know, if it's just the labor or what. But I'm guessing that's what it is. She's trying to save time. We have a beginner kit of tubing, right? But
yeah,
for
100
50
feet.
taps, you probably have to.
Yeah, 100 foot rolls or whatnot. When we ran some tubing a couple seasons ago in Jim's Sugarbush, and we mostly ran just lateral lines, and that's probably what I'd recommend.
That's what I would do too. I would not get into the noise of any kind of main line at all.
Mm-hmm. Until you got to, you'd have to have a lot of things connected on to really make that more worthwhile.
Yeah, granted, we have a lot of slope on our woods, but we ran, I don't even know, I bet some of our lines had 15 or 20 taps on them, huh, Jimbo?
Yeah,
And,
some were 15 plus, yeah.
And it was great. I mean, again, we have a lot of slope, but I do think you can run, for a hobby operation like that, I think you can run more taps on those laterals. So it was, to simplify it, it was just a bunch of lines of tubing that went to a central location. In our case, we used a tote. But we had anywhere between 10 and, who knows, 20 trees on a line, and they literally just ran to the tote, and then we'd start a different line going up the woods to grab onto a bunch more. I loved it. We took it all down at the end of the season because I don't like how the tubing looks in our woods, and we put it right back up in the spring again. It's easy to clean when it's out, and it's just how we choose to do it. Most people don't.
Yeah, it's a little bit extra work, but for the aesthetics of your woods, and if you're using your woods for a lot of other things.
Especially if you only have 50 taps. It doesn't take much to take those lines out of the woods and put them back in. I actually just shot a video with my camera as I walked through the woods taking it down so that I could see exactly how it was wrapped when it's time to put it back up.
What? Oh, yes. Okay.
All right, next question.
Oh. Where is Upper Sugarbush syrup from?
So it's Lake Loomis, Wisconsin, and I'm not sure if that's...
I'm going to look that up.
Yeah, I looked it up. Is it Marinette, maybe?
I was
don't
curious where that is.
It probably says it in his history. Lake Loomis.
Yeah, this one.
It's mentioning the Peshtigo fire of 1871 in his brochure, so it probably is something to do with Peshtigo.
Peshtigo.
Ooh, Kelly is saying that it's crazy cold in New Hampshire as well. Vince says that he tapped a dogwood by accident. He should have known by its bark.
All right, I got a second one. It seems like these balls of ice though are holding, like you get a lot of mileage out of this. Mm-hmm. It seems like you're gonna get some mileage out of it.
Flavor them up.
I'll be right back.
Alright. Does anyone else have a question?
Man, that's strong.
That one's a little strong.
Yeah. Chris Drinkwine says that they have a lot of slope in their woods.
I suppose they can just look at me.
Oh, Vince says that was a joke. He did not tap a dogwood. Okay.
He even gave the details, like, should have known by the bark. He really pushed that lie.
I've seen people do all kinds of things, Vince. So. Sorry, is this a weird crop? Is this a weird crop? I don't know.
It is a little weird.
Alicia from our fulfillment is here. Fulfillment queen, Alicia Carstetter. She likes our ice. Thank you, Alicia. I was running around with my hi. Let me go around. Hi. So I was running around.
She gets this way when she's been drinking.
Turns
out unbelievable.
I was so excited about my ice maker that I could make sphere ice, and I felt like nobody could match my intensity this morning, and I was like, come on. It's sphere, it's like a ball. It's sphere. Aren't you excited about that? I have actually a lot of different ice makers at home. I can do heart shapes. I can do dental.
Jimbo brought
shapes.
the pizza.
I can do teeth.
We should
So maybe I'll do that next time.
we should give these people your address so they can come over.
Well,
Go ahead, Jimmy. What's
I
that
don't-
address?
no, I.
562 Main Street. Just kidding. Thank you. Tell Megan thank you for putting the pizza in.
Gotta keep the people going, so
Fine.
absolutely.
So you know what? I really wanted to have a professional bartender here today to elevate our cocktails. I'm doing my best with the ice, but
Yeah. Well, we were talking. What was her name? Was it Laura?
Heather.
Heather. That's it. Heather.
so after our last happy hour, we went to the local Village Hearthstone. It's an amazing restaurant in town, and we were just talking to the bartender and having a great time. And by the end of the night, she was definitely coming to our next happy hour, and then she was on schedule, and then it got rescheduled, and then we just haven't been able to reconnect with her. So
maybe soon. Yeah.
but so I watched some YouTube videos so that I could try to impress you with my own bartending skills. So if you want to impress people at your bar, this is what you do. Watch this.
Ooh.
That's super easy. You don't even need to practice. But when it lands in front of them, they'll be like, whoa, they'll be dazzled. They won't know what hit them. And if you want to take it to another level,
There's another level?
What's the next level?
There's another level.
There's another. Jim said there's another level.
Okay. Oh, see, this one you might have to practice. You spin it, and then you go. And you
What can
put
I
it
get
down.
you?
Bam. Bam.
Oh, that actually was perfect.
Whoa! Okay, there.
That was pretty good.
One
How many
thing
times
I-
have you practiced that?
This was my first time.
No.
Come on.
Yeah. So it doesn't take much.
Wow.
Bam. So.
Well, it looks
Who needs a
impressive.
It
professional
is very
bartender?
yeah.
Impressive for that.
Thank you. All right. Should we see if we've got any more comments or questions?
Okay. This is that mine or yours?
That's mine.
Okay.
It's the
One in
I've
his
been drinking.
hand is his, Jimmy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Vince's mind is blown. Okay. Lyle Bower, to piggyback off the 50 taps, what would you do for a flatter woods? That is a great question, Lyle.
I would do the same thing, and I would probably just run less on the lines. Like, our woods is so steep that I can't even imagine. It has to be, the ridges are a 30-degree angle at least. They are tough to walk up. I mean, it's very steep. So I had no problem running a whole bunch of them on one line, but I would simply run less of them and keep the lines tight. We kept our lines good and tight, but if I was in a flat woods, I would emphasize on that more because there has to be some pitch on it.
Well, you can tap high and then...
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
And then
especially when you're
still
only
run
putting
it
5 to
down
10 on a line. You can just start high on one end and
Tap it high and then...
keep dropping. Yeah.
I can't remember what the pitch needs to be or what the recommended pitch needs to
Well,
be.
to get people sometimes will talk about natural vacuum that you get in a tubing system, and 30 feet is where you can achieve that on gravity. 30 feet of drop.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I know that Matt is really well versed too in our crew as well with running, and he runs quite a bit of tubing himself.
Come on.
That way.
Into the camera.
So that he would be a great resource that way to ask with his setups and things and background he's got as far as that's concerned. So I myself am still on a lot of the bucket bag holders and just that works really well for me because things are so like kind of spread out. Like I've got 3 woods that bring sap into my that come into my evaporator. So that's the reasoning for that. For me, it's just easy, convenient, and I'm okay with walking and putting on a little bit of, lifting the buckets like when you're.
Oh, what's that? Oh! Okay.
So there was a spot on my shirt, probably.
Okay,
So.
Jeremy, he says that he has a StarCat on order.
Nice.
And he plans to run 30 taps throughout the season. How much firewood should he have on hand?
Okay. That's a hard question to get exact. Let's see here. What is so we've done on like
probably a little more than you think. In most cases, people are surprised how much wood an evaporator burns.
a StarCat is essentially an arch that's a full firebox under the pan. So I know that on, let's just say, for me on 100 taps, I'm typically in a range of 6 to 8 face cord. On an average season.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Especially with how hard you fire. That's not too bad.
So
I would have a cord on hand. I'd be a little bit nervous going into the season with less than a cord for sure. You might not use all that, but that's good.
Yeah. If you don't use it though, the benefit is you got it for next year,
and it's drier.
Then it's going to be even better. Mm-hmm. I love carryover firewood from season to season, and I did have that. Not this season, but the season before, and that row ran. Man, is that nice when it's a full year and a half. For me, it'd be almost 2 years seasoned. And
pay attention to that. Have quality firewood to begin with, but pay attention to how different firewood performs because it makes a noticeable difference. You just have to watch for it. It's fun to learn from it.
Right. Yeah, I can't stress that has such an impact on performance for a lot of you guys on wood-fired evaporators.
By far the biggest factor.
It's the number one.
It's 10 times the next biggest factor.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Sorry, I'm slacking.
Do you have your bottles you mentioned to show?
Oh, we should have brought
No,
them.
we do not.
Yeah, and the coolest thing, we started getting these stouts. I think those are going to take off. I think people are going to love them because everyone's bottling syrup in the same bottles.
You got to differentiate.
They
yourself.
all look the same, and these stouts that we're starting to get now, they look just so much cooler to me because
they're compact too. I like how
they're pretty compact. Yeah,
I like that how they store and
I like how clear they are. They're perfectly clear. They don't have any of the facets on the top like the decanters do. I really like. I just love them.
You just get to see the product. You don't have to. You're just focused on that. Right. Yeah. Yep.
I'm really excited about them. I think they're cooler than the traditional bottles.
And the price is really decent too.
Yeah.
Vince says that he has 3 cords on deck for his Dauntless drop Flue.
That's good.
That's going to be awesome.
That'll be great.
It sounds like a fun season.
You're ready to go, Vince.
Alright. Chris says we should try an old-fashioned made with maple syrup and smoked maple whiskey.
Oh, okay. I guess that's a little twist, right?
So
I don't remember the last day we didn't have an old-fashioned made out of maple syrup, but the smoked part, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I saw this thing online. What's that place? 303 Dodge in Kokana. They have this box that they fill with smoke, and then they put your cocktail in it with the smoke, and it's supposed to impart some kind of flavor.
You get a smoke-infused cocktail.
I don't know if that's just a gimmick or...
Well, is it like a big event when you open the box and then...
It should be.
My drink. Whoa.
Did he recommend smoked brandy or smoked whiskey?
Okay, we don't do whiskey.
Oh, I do.
We're in Wisconsin. We do brandy. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have? Kelly. She would like to see those bottles. Yeah, we do actually. I have pictures of them online. Actually,
why don't we Kelly's email address, or
Or maybe we can put it on the website. Yeah.
She can give us her email address there, and no one else is going to see it, and then we'll send her pictures.
Yeah, right.
What?
Well, I do have it on the website, Kelly, but I'd be happy to send you more pictures if you want. Okay.
We just got like 25 thumbs up. What's up?
Yeah, lots of thumbs
Everybody
up.
wants your email address, Kelly.
Kelly, everybody's looking for it.
Oh, that does go live? Everyone can see those comments?
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm not a Facebook guy.
Yeah, no, wait.
Okay, never mind, Kelly. Don't do that. Okay?
How many, how about bourbon barrel aged syrup? I have some. Some was given to us by one of our other maple customers, and I can't wait. Next happy hour, I'm rolling that out.
Bourbon syrup, the bourbon barrel syrup.
Definitely.
Alright.
We're gonna crack into that. I can't wait. But I was just so excited because we got these shirts today. I had to wear them and break into that. Great. Well, does anyone else have any questions? Otherwise, maybe we'll wrap up if no one has any other questions. But thank you so much for all the pictures that you sent right before the event. That was really exciting.
We're starting to get a lot of. I've been starting to get a lot of emails for a lot of you guys that are setting up your evaporators and getting them like mint. So that's always awesome and exciting, seeing the different sugar houses and setups and the Corsairs and then the Dauntlesses that are set and ready to go. So that's exciting stuff for all of you guys. So we appreciate that feedback, and we bring that back to our team. You know, the fabricators, the welders, all our craftsmen that are at Smoky Lake, and it helps, you know, that feedback for them. So we appreciate that kind of stuff, and when we see that positive stuff, I like to share that, and we like to get everybody seeing it. So
Eating.
boiled with a flat pan for a couple of years. 2 years ago, we received an arch with a double pan. The front pan is a drop flue. We are still unsure on how to use it. Do you offer a class on how to use? Oh boy, and it says Seymour. That's a long one, Randy.
Oh, I mean, help you.
Okay.
Sorry.
So we boiled with a flat pan for a couple of years. 2 years ago. Okay, so is there? It's a divided pan. It's running a pan like that. You're running a continuous flow system or pan with a multitude of dividers in it. So essentially, what we're doing is we're concentrating in that system, and we're putting sap in one end, and it's building density in the pan over time. And understand that your pans are completely level. And
I just like watching him explain things.
so essentially,
Because he's very intense.
yeah.
You
So
can
what we're doing is we're concentrating.
It's like it's coming through. It's like
And-
dividers.
Yeah, it's coming through. And Jim's losing it.
Okay.
So it builds density. So a good description would be like you have all this sap, and you have these like cold molecules that are like these big shoulder guys, and they're in there, and then all of a sudden, slowly they're getting smaller. They're getting smaller and skinnier, and they're getting pushed, and they're getting out of the screen.
What the heck is happening?
And you're building density in the pan, so the water vapor leaves, but the sugar remains, but it gets more concentrated, and it gets nudged along slowly from that, you know, almost in a way, you know,
If we ever
because there's
do
less space.
If
so
we ever do a class on this, we will refine it.
we need a
We do classes
we
like
do
this in our showroom.
we could do a play like a fun house with all the balls, and we could show.
You know what? We have videos on that on our Dauntless thing, actually, don't we?
Not with a drop flue pan set.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing,
With
though.
the continuous flow, it's going to be the same.
Yeah.
So,
and we have a
but
bunch
my-
of videos running on
my tip-
race Flue, too.
You know, you mentioned that you did it to me. You mentioned that the flue pan was in the front, and that is very common. A lot of people do that because
Well-
they think that
Yeah.
Well, there's more space in the
Here.
firebox. That's
Right.
probably where the flues go, but the flues are intended to be in the back portion. So in the front of the evaporator, that's where you're finishing.
So
And that's the
yeah,
back.
you want finishing. You want on the hottest part of the fire, which is where we have the most depth of fuel and air from the heat of your wood going on. So there was a post I saw on one of the Facebook groups a while ago, and it's like, is this the front or the back? And there was the debate, like not knowing the front or the back of the evaporator. And one thing that's important about when you're finishing syrup on that flat section is that the fire is charged and that it's hot, especially when you're on a draw, so that you have a level of consistency that you're going to be able to get with that. So that's an important concept there. I don't know if Jim, if you have anything to add.
The flue pan should be in the back because that's what's extracting the heat from your exhaust. So the flue pan is in the back where the heat has to be channeled through the flues. Mm-hmm. If the flue pan is up in the front, there's nothing really forcing the heat into the flues. Well, actually, I'm guessing it'll probably be less efficient. I've never actually tested having a flue pan and front pan
Opposite.
swap. Yeah. But I'm guessing it would be much more efficient to have the flame in full contact with or at least the exhaust in full contact with that flue pan.
Yeah, and I don't know how the finishing where that would change and how that would change potentially.
I think it would probably finish just fine. So you might not have noticed any performance issues other than just evaporation rate, maybe. But the continuous flow might be your problem.
The other part that's I can tell you that's not comfortable from running a pretty hot stack, that if you're standing right by the stack drawing syrup, sometimes that's a little warm at certain times of year. So you're getting within a couple feet of sometimes a stack on a Corsair, and it can be pretty hot. So
Yeah. Oh, you're adding stack temperature probe to your evaporator this year, right?
yeah.
What are you hoping to gain from that?
Just the consistency in when to load wood. Not just, I'm gonna load it every 10 minutes, but am I overcharging? Did I just put in a piece of oak? Did I put in a piece of basswood? Was it dry or not? And how much? So
Because different tree species can have different BTUs.
right,
Different heat,
right.
I
I would suspect even just different trees, right? Or moisture content could be different a little bit. Was this on the bottom of the stack or the top of the stack? Was it on an inside row or an outside row? So there's like so many little factors too. But if I can do temperature and I can start to get a little more consistent with knowing what is my temperature and what's my load, what makes sense when to load, and then I can probably become more efficient as that becomes measured.
The worst thing for your efficiency and evaporation rate is opening the door of the evaporator. This will make it so you only open the door when you need to, or it'll maximize your burn combustion time in between loadings. So you're opening the door the least amount possible. That's the worst thing for your performance, is opening the door.
Yeah. Well, you notice every time you open the door of the evaporator, the boil is like
It dies.
It's like it's
and it
not.
takes a long time to come back after charging relative to the.
So that's true, and that's why, like, for me it's really okay, Jim. Just staying
strong drink.
staying
really strong.
really, Jimmy's falling out of the frame. It's so strong.
He's gripping the bar.
That's why we have to have it at his house, because he cannot go anywhere after this. He needs to just hit the couch.
There is a couch about 20 feet from us here.
Okay,
So,
no, just
but anyway,
just
so stay consistent. That's what's going to be important about that is staying consistent. Jim said opening the door less, and I like to have my wood charged in there right, but also quickly, and that helps with that. If we're not, and it kills me when. And my brother Mike it's like when we're on a draw and we have to open the door, I don't like that.
No.
I just hate it. I hate it. So it's not my favorite thing.
Because why?
Because there goes my consistency for drawing, because my front section where I'm trying to finish is
cooled by
getting cooled so quick. It's
by the
down
air that's
hundreds of
pulled in.
degrees. I'm down hundreds of degrees in temperature, and I like finishing it hot. Hundreds of degrees difference. Hundreds.
Of the firebox, not the syrup.
There was this one time I exaggerated so hard that I died.
Okay.
No, he's right though. I'm on his side.
Okay. So hundreds of degrees difference when
In
my
the firebox.
firebox is open.
So here's the deal. Your thermometer that you're using to monitor density is relying on the syrup to be boiling. That's what it's measuring, the boiling point of something. So it has to be boiling. So if you do have to fire during a draw, it sucks if you lose your boil because you lost the data you need to draw syrup off.
Correct. All right.
Okay.
And Vince, no, I don't have hopefully I don't get a flat tire between here and the couch. So I'll finish and enjoy it.
Is Vince the one that skipped? He said he skipped AA meeting in order to join our
I don't remember.
I think maybe that is Vince. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, Randy said, oh, my bad, it is in the back.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's see if we got any other questions. Oh, Vince says yes, 2 meetings in a row.
Thanks, Vince.
My sponsor is pissed.
Sponsor. All right then.
That's funny. All right. Well, do you guys have any other question or any other things you want to add? About, exciting things you're excited. What are you excited about? It's January. Wisconsin's tapping season is right around the corner.
I think that is one of my favorite times. That it's other people that help me with making syrup as busy as I get at Smoky Lake and stuff. That's the one area though that I haven't let anybody else touch. I still tap all my own trees because I love being in the woods and I love the time and it's just really refreshing and fun.
It's
the mat. To me, that's like the magic of the season in that putting in that fresh tap and getting it to drip into a bag or a bucket and so that's still the exciting part for me. That was one of my favorite days in the last few years in the woods with Jim running tubing. God, was that a blast.
You guys had so much fun out there. I went out and brought them some hot chocolate. And
oh man, it was a lot of fun.
They didn't even stop for lunch. They just
No.
were like,
Yeah,
they were having fun.
We got a lot done. It was fun. All right. I think that might be it.
That might
Now
be it.
we're gonna let loose.
Yeah.
Whoa, what's happening next? Woo! All right. So thank you so much for joining us. Going up on the bar. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll hit you next time. We'll have more bartender tips. We will have another drink.
All right. That's it.
Sorry, and I don't know how to finish this. Okay. All right. Patty, thank you. All right. Kelly, peace out.